Alright guys, it's time for us to install these rear quarter windows. Going to go in depth for the installation and some different options that these cars came with. Just going to try to dive deep into the rear quarter window as I install it. We're going to start the installation in a minute. It's one of the hottest days it's been in a very, very long time here in Illinois. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 101 or something. It's just last time I checked earlier, it was 96. So, leave the garage slightly down. Try to let, because it's hot in the garage as well, even though I got the fan going. Hopefully it cools off in a second so we can start this installation. The natural light will be great though. You can't see anything. Of course, I'm gonna have more light since we're gonna do a very detailed video on this installation. So let me show you guys the rear quarter windows. Look at these seals. They look incredible, right? Well, I just did a video on how to make them look like this. I'll put the link in the description box and what product I use. So these are just ready to go. These are going to seal up real well. Although we're going to add a small thin coat of silicone along the rim of this rubber to make sure we don't have any leaks and that we have a secure seal as we install this thing. So we'll be started shortly. It's just baking hot outside right now, and I would have already gotten started if it wasn't for the temperatures. So also we kind of go over this cure mat I put in here as I'm finishing up this. This stuff is amazing. Here are the outer trims, two beautifully painted pieces. It's nice and glistening. Gonna install these boys. These are the trim that fits right here. Let me show you guys. Since we got a Mustang sitting right here. These are these trims. Here's a better look at the window. It's this trim piece that goes around. Thumbs up. So I gotta find these pieces now for the car. Okay, it's time to install it. It's cooled down a little bit. It's about 85 now, and it's about 9 o'clock in the evening. Just turn the fan off so we can hear it a little bit better. I'm gonna show each and every individual piece as I install it in extreme detail, so you guys can know how to remove or install the pieces that I'll be installing as I reassemble this car. The very first thing I'm gonna do, just got some dishwashing liquid and some water, some soapy water. I'm just gonna clean this surface because the very first piece that we have to add here in order to put this window in is this trim. They're the same trim pieces, but this is better. Really nice piece. Got fingerprints all over, my handprints all over it, but I will clean it up. So this is the very first thing we're going to install. It has a piece of foam already back here, but I'm going to put a piece of 3M tape over that foam just to get a better seal on this edge here. That's it. This doesn't stop water from getting in. The window actually seals water from getting into the cab or the compartment of this vehicle. And it's right here. The rubber seal is conditioned and cleaned and perfect. However, we're gonna put a thin coat of windshield sealant, and I'm gonna show you guys which kind to get or what I'm using. Along here, and it has the foam already here, which is still good on the back side and the top side. So as we know, water don't run up. You want to just protect the outer layers, make sure nothing gets in, not even wind. Let me show you guys some things you'll be needing throughout like this entire process of doing a lot of things to this car. As far as reassembling things, the trim and those small little pieces. Got my little area right here. So a lot of the smaller screws that this car takes are these. And these. So, for example, here's some pieces off some trim, Phillip, some self-tapping screws. These are the original screws from out the car, and these are identical. Identical screws to these, identical. And for the window, it takes these 1/4 inch. The head of these is 1/4 inch. I'm using this magnetic bit to install it. About 1/4 inch. And they're self-tapping as well. I go another one. And these are identical to those. Let me take some out real quick. Identical. I don't know why they ain't zooming. Identical screws. Identical. And I'll be using the 3M tape. This is the 3M tape I'll be using along that edge. This is the silicone here. It's about 10 bucks. So just to secure it, make sure we don't have no leaks or no drafts of wind coming through that window. So, got me some gloves. The first thing I'm doing is apply this 3M tape on that piece of trim. Then we're gonna install that trim, and I'll show you guys all angles where it goes to. So, I'm using this drill to zip through things fast. And yeah, let's get started. Before I start installing this window, I'll show you guys the 2 windows that came in these cars. I believe this window that opens came only on the Cobras. I could be wrong. You guys let me know in the comment section. I could be wrong, but it's on both of the Cobras I got. The other 3 Mustangs that I had that wasn't Cobras had stationary windows. And I'll show you guys right now the windows for all of them. All right, now that you guys seen that, I'm trying to figure out anything else I want to know about these windows. Oh, let me show you guys one of the books I got. So I have this whole selection of books. That's how my car look right now. That's how the car is currently right now. It's currently like this. Let me show you guys. We're currently in this state right now, with the exception of we do got the bottom half of the car on, but this is how it is. This is the state we're in. This specific manual, the body manual, shows every single detail for the things on this vehicle. Example, it shows you how to install that 1/4 window for the Maverick, Pinto, and Bobcat in super detail, extreme detail, and the Mustang window here. This is what we're going to be installing. It's identical, how it goes into place. This is the inside of the vehicle, as you guys can see. But it shows you how to install it and all the screws where they're located. This is identical. And it even shows that the pop-out window, how it latches up to the back with those 2 bolts. There we go, we're zooming in now. I don't need this because I'm gonna show you guys in real time how to remove this window right now. You know what? Let's do that right now before we install it. Let me show you guys how to remove this window before we install it. Right now, let's go do this right now. Right now, guys. Right now, right? Like it's late, but let's go do it right now. Okay, let's get a better look at what we're up against. I started to remove this top piece of trim. It's a metal piece of trim. Just some Phillips screws along the rim of this. There's one here. There's one in the center. Oh, one there. It fits around this piece of trim here. So to remove this window or this trim, these are the procedures or steps you have to take to remove this panel. This large panel has to come off. Fill up here, fill up there. There's some in the back, and I'll show you guys that. But you want to remove this piece of trim first. There's a fill up there. As far as this, we want to remove it to be visible of the upper screws of this window. So that one bolt, I believe that one's already removed. Let me get some light in here and let's show you in detail how this look or what you're up against removing all these quarter windows. So after we remove this top trim, guys, we're going to remove this piece of trim. There's the one Phillip bolt here, and the seatbelt bolt is a Torx T50. So this piece of trim has a screw here. You're going to see if it's on another vehicle. It's not here. So we're going to see if it's on a different vehicle. So the next thing we want to do, I wasn't going to remove this whole panel. It's super easy to remove. Just slide the seatbelt out through that seam. But this is more about just exposing that window and showing you guys what it takes to remove it. So we can already see those 1/4 inch bolts. The next thing is there's a Phillip bolt. There's a Phillip screw there. It's removed already. I already removed all this stuff. Fill up. Got some tools. I just use the drill to drill them out. There's some Phillips in this small molding, and so we're gonna remove those. I got the WD-40 for those. Those normally be the difficult ones to remove. It's 1, 2. So I guess it's those two, and there's one here. Just showing you guys everything so I can remove, so I can just set the camera still and just start filming while I remove these pieces. So let's just take this whole panel out. We'll show that as well, because I'm gonna show me installing it in the vehicle. So there's the bolts. As you look at that trim piece that's under there, that's wedged under there. No bolts, just wedged under there. So we got a bolt here, one here, the 2 there as the book shows. There's 3 up top. 1. There's 1 there. 2, 3, and the 2 on the side. Man, I don't know what's wrong with my camera. These are 1/4 inch bolts. So I'm gonna loosen some of them up to remove that trim. But it's just that simple for this window. And the panel, just slide that out. And you push these tabs in. And I'll show that in a second, because I do remove it on my vehicle. But this is a nice piece of trim. Really nice piece of trim on both sides. But, oh, also, one of those bolts are stuck, but that's a track. You don't have to remove those bolts out that track. It'll slide out this track. So you can actually keep this mounted and just slide it up out the seam of that track, this track here. So you can keep this mounted. Just trying to refresh my memory. It's been 2 years since I took this stuff out of my car. And I got the book and the gas. So we're going to see by the book, and we'll use this as an illustration, a real life illustration. So let me remove some of these bolts to pull that trim out. I can pry up on this trim. Got an angle on this screwdriver. push in on this window some to release it. Don't break your free. These seals are pretty decent, so I don't want to mess them up. Just want to free it. Just breaking the adhesive without messing up this trim. Just putting away like gums. You guys can see, we can see in there now. So this trim should pull up easily now. And it pours down from here. I don't know what kind of adhesive this is, or how they just, look at how they just put it here. Maybe the window had a leak or something, I don't know. It has this stuck in place because this just should have slid forward and off without me removing this side pillar trim. You guys can see I just could have slid it off. It has one of the clips. Easy to free those things from these clips. Another one here. You can slide it forward just to pull it enough to get it slid up off of this piece of trim, and we should be all good now. Okay guys, I'm not gonna fully take the window out. I want it to get rained on in here, but I'm gonna remove this trim. It's a good, really good piece of trim. I don't know what that adhesive is. We just set it in here with these pieces of trim. So now we know exactly how this is removed. So now let's reinstall it, which is fairly easy. Now we're back to the installation. Okay, so 3M tape is applied. We're gonna pull it back. We got it just where we wanted it. This is the very first piece we're gonna put on. So let me mount the camera. Let's clean this little area up, and let's finish this installation off. Got a tight joint there, tight fit. This piece trim we can worry about last. You feel the tape gripping already, but we gotta bolt this thing down. So let's go on the inside. Let's mount the camera on the inside and bolt up. As you guys can see on the removal we just watched, there was no bolts in the trim. No bolts whatsoever. I don't know if somebody removed it or what's going on there. It was also like that on the red car as well. And I'll show you guys that clip now. It wasn't really no, well, yes it was. It was some bolts in the trim. It was, yes it was. So there's a hole here. That's where the window bolt up at. And it's one, get you guys up on here. All right there. Those are the bottom two bolts for the window, and they don't take these Phillips. They take those 1/4 inch head bolts. Let's put the silicone on the window seal, and let's bolt the window in. Okay, guys, you may could skip this step. Got a thin bead around the rubber, and we're gonna mount this thing in here. Make sure it's sealed without any leaks. So let me mount the camera. Let's install this window. I have the 1/4 inch magnetic bit on already, and there's my screws. We're in. Bolt there. Bolt there. Bolt right there. Bolt right there. And final one right there. And there's 2 bolts for the window. I'm not sure what size they are. I gotta figure it out since they were removed at the paint shop and I don't know what they are. So I'll figure it out. I can see how they go. Now I'm still. So we're in. We got a nice little seal. Let's look on the outside. Cloth, we got a nice seal here. It's nice and shiny. No access. Nice seal. Let me turn this light off in here. The window is super dirty, but all good. So I'm gonna find out what bolts go into that mechanism that allows the window to pop out. That window is dirty. I want to clean it so bad. I'm just gonna clean this window too. It looks terrible. Even though I still gotta put some trim here and a piece here. You know what? I'll show you guys what goes here next. I'll show you guys how this works. I'm gonna show it anyway, and then up in the next, probably the next video. But let me show you guys how this works. So you would think this is the next piece that goes on here. It mounts like that. It bolts on, but notice there's a hole here, and it doesn't line up with that. See that? And that hole's there. So this goes here, and this part is actually up under the window trim rail, that rail that runs along here. It's over there. I'll show it to y'all in a second. Got a window in, guys. We got some progress going, so I'm going to finish installing these last few pieces of Kill mat. Amazing sound deadening. It should be much quieter in this car. There's so many benefits to installing this Kill mat, and it's inexpensive and it's worth it. Just gotta add some more pieces. I'm not gonna go all the way to the back there because a back part mounts into there where the carpet mounts up against, but I will do a little bit more back there. That's it. If I had enough, I would have went even over the wheel housing, that wheel well. So I'm gonna finish installing those last few pieces, and I guess the next thing will be just more trim and eventually the locks, the handles. I'll work my way through it. So the next video pretty much don't got no random order for, but I'm gonna install that window tonight. I'm off camera and I'll show you guys that. So pretty much I'm done installing this. Using this roller, you can do this with hand very easily, but using this roller, this is a laminate roller. I've done a lot of laminate countertops throughout the years, and it's got a nice laminate roller which works amazing with this. Although you can press it on with your hand, the laminate roller gets into all the grooves, all those heels in the panels, and just lays this stuff down very good. Just contours it by pressing it in place. So pretty much done. Got all my holes for the seats, seat belts. This should definitely add some quietness to the cab of the car. Yeah, windows done, keel mat's done. Not buying anymore. This was one box. I'll put the link in the description box for what I bought here. But definitely about to do these door locks. This rubber seal or weather stripping that runs around the entire door. That we're gonna install that. These rails. So just working my way around, getting all this area out of the way. Like I said, the door panels can be last, and then hit the dashboard and lay the carpet in here. And then start putting those rear panels in. I don't know, I guess I'll figure it out as I go, but I'll be just showing videos of every single thing that I'll be posting. There'll be videos about it. Sorry if the fan's a little loud. It's burning hot in this garage. I'll show you guys what the temperature is in here. Nearly 90, and it's even worse outside this evening. So, yeah, stay tuned, guys. Yeah, so everything I'll be doing, I'll be having a video for as we put this thing back together and get it going.